Hi students, this is a little demo to kind of show you how to make a PSA using Canva. And I use Canva, I have a subscription to it, so in full disclosure, I do have a subscription to this. You do not need to pay for anything to do this assignment. All tools you should use should be free, and Canva does have a free version, so just be aware that you may not have as much, you may not see as many options as I do. I just don't remember what the free version looks like, but I'm going to kind of just do some basic things to kind of show you. So this is my, wherever all my things live, my presentations and when I practice and make stuff. So you can start a couple different places. You can start with create. And if you start with create, I would probably just select a poster for this or something that's kind of just like a, something square, you know. I would choose a poster and then it would give me a starting point. You can also use Canva AI. If you know you're going to use AI, you don't have to use AI. You can actually make your own things in Canva. But if you are using the AI, Canva does have AI, and there's a lot here, and I haven't experimented with it enough to know about all the options, but I'm just going to kind of show you just real basic. So what will you design today? I'm going to design an image, and I'm not going to worry about the style. I'm just going to do this, and I'm going to just give a real brief prompt. Healthy foods around other children eating hamburgers. Okay, so you can tell I didn't put a whole lot of thought into this prompt. Oops. And that's honestly, it's not that good, but it's a starting point. And sometimes it's okay to start with a basic prompt, see what you get, and then build and sculpt is probably a better word. Your results, your output. And you can't get attached to anything with AI, right? You can't get attached. So let's say I really like this image because I liked the kid's expression, but I didn't like the other things. Well, when I revise it, I'm probably going to lose this same kid in this image. So you have to be willing to kind of let go of things. And so this one is probably close to kind of what I was looking for, and but not quite. And if I just went with this one, then I'm not putting any intention, I'm not sculpting it, it's not really mine, I didn't really make it, AI made it, but I want to, you know, remember you're the creator, so you have to kind of, so I'm going to copy this prompt up here, I'm going to redo the prompt, I don't need that part though, and I'm gonna revise this of a, I'm gonna give a certain age, a 12-year-old child eating. I like how that plate looks, but I want something very specific. And instead of, I like the surrounded here, but it didn't really do that. Well, it actually did do that, but I'm going to clarify. Surrounded, I'm going to say surrounded by other children on the side of this, oops, the same age eating hamburgers. Now, let's see what we get. And some of the images, like I said, you'll get, you just don't know what you're going to get. Sometimes you get hallucinations and all kinds of weird stuff that you're like, I cannot use that. You know, like, okay, this kid, I kind of like this kid's expression. Now, see, I did not tell it to do that, but sometimes you get happy accidents. You're like, hey, actually, that might work towards my audience, or that might really work out with my message. And that's kind of the beauty of using AI. It can kind of get you thinking outside of things you were planning and take you in other directions. So if I look through all of these, I'm like, you know, that one's probably the best, but still, not quite what I wanted. I'm going to say girl. because it's just kind of defaulting to boys, and so maybe I want to see what it looks like with a girl instead of a boy. So I'm going to try that, and let's just see what we get. And as you can tell, it's choosing the colors, and so color and other things may be adjustments you make on your image, but you should be sculpting the image. The more you work with your image, the more you'll be able to kind of to talk about your choices, to talk about your intentions, to talk about your audience. If you just take the first thing that it outputs, then you're not really going to have a whole lot to write about. And these, you know what? Okay, so I could keep going with this, and I'm just going to do one more. Okay. And I'm just going to kind of show you guys. Finally, you'll get one that, you know, is the closest, or you'll get one that you think is really great, but you should be having a conversation with the AI you're using, if you are using AI. And so this might be one that I choose, okay? So if I was going to go with this one, I could, you know, keep it in my area, copy it. You can also download it, but let me show you. I'm going to go to one that I made earlier that I was experimenting with in my home. Now this one, I'm going to show this one. This one I actually really like, because what's interesting about this one is some happy accidents on this. When I was playing around with this earlier, kind of doing a similar thing with the prompts, I set a red top, and instead of a red shirt, I get a red hijab, which actually highlights kind of the difference between, you know, the difference between the child who's the focal point and the other children she's surrounded by. And that's part of kind of the ad. So what I'm going to do is, I'm trying to find something real quick in my photos here. Okay, because I did, okay. So if this is one I wanted to use, let's say this is my result. And oh, the other happy accident was the fries with the broccoli. I thought that made it look a little more realistic. So if I want to make, now for your slogans, you guys should be, don't let AI do this part for you, do this part yourself. Okay, if AI is doing everything for you, you're not really using it correctly, and you're not going to have a whole lot to write about. So I'm going to say healthy choices. This isn't good. I'm just doing a demo. Now, this is probably not what I would actually use, but it's kind of a joke, you know, because obviously they look happy and friendly with one another. But, okay, so then I would make choices about the text, about the layout, the color of the, you know, I could change all of these things. I can even change this background. Canva does give you a lot of options. So if this was a PSA about kind of sticking to your own unique, you know, things and not being peer pressured or something like that, that would be my PSA. And like I said, this isn't the best example of my best creative work, but I think it works to just kind of show you how you can get a slogan, how you can get text and an image put together and actually still do the work, still be the creator. Maybe you'll have some happy accidents in there, but maybe not. It's up to you what you will accept and what you will control and ask AI to do. Okay, and you will be writing about all those choices. So make sure you remember and kind of document what you're doing as you're doing. Okay, well, I hope this helps everyone, and I will give you some more guidance in our unit.